Welcome to Migoyugo. I am the Nightfly. Let me just adjust that a little bit. Welcome to Migoyugo. This is our Sunday live stream. Let's see if we have anyone show up today. Yesterday was very quiet, and we'll see if we have anyone today. Migoyugo is a brand new game. It is a two-person abstract strategy game where you're trying to place your Migos on the board to turn them into Yugos. And if you get four Yugos in a row, you will win with an Igo. It is possible that no one is able to create an Igo. And in that case, the game will go to the very end and we will count the Yugos and see if someone wins with a Wego. So that's basically how the game works. And as a matter of fact, we actually have, if you take a look in the left side here, we have a tutorial. Well, let's take a look at the rules. The rules, Migoyugo game rules. It's a board game for two players. It's an abstract strategy game. So it's what we call complete information. So there's no luck or chance. There's no cards. There's no dice. It's just like chess or Go or any game like that where you see everything that your opponent sees and there's no randomness. Migoyugo board is 8 by 8, like a chess or a checkerboard, but unlike a chess or a checkerboard, all of the squares are the same color. There's no light or dark squares. White always moves first. You place your Migo, that's your piece, anywhere on the board. So white has 64 squares to choose from, and then black would have 63, and then 62, and so on. So you would think, well, then the board would fill up pretty quickly. What's the objective? What are we trying to achieve? Well, you're trying to create a Yugo by connecting four of your pieces in a row. When you connect four pieces in a row, you create a Yugo and the Migos in that line disappear. So suddenly you have more open space on the board. You can get a double or a single with a red dot, a double, a triple, or a quadruple Yugo. And the only real rule about what you can play or where you can play it, no long lines. So you can't play a line of more than four of your own pieces in a row, whether it's Migos or Yugos or any combination. If you create a line of five or more, well, it just won't let you do it. You're not able to do that. And you win by creating exactly four in a row, but they have to be Yugos. That's the one with the red mark. So four Migos or four pieces, combination of Migos and Yugos, that will create a Yugo, and four Yugos wins the game. And if we have no winner, no one who can get four Yugos in a row, then we finish the game because the board fills up, there's no more legal moves, and we count whoever has the most Yugos wins. So let's take a look at this tutorial. It's really simple. So here is a white Migo, then a black, then a white, then a black, then a white, then a black. So this is just showing you that players alternate turns. So whether you're white or black, you're never going to move two times in a row, always alternating. And you can put your pieces anywhere on the board, but the objective is to create a line of four of your own, which will build a Yugo. When you create a Yugo, the Migos in that line disappear, and if you can get four Yugos in a row, you win the game. So let's take a look at the next one. It says first tactical step is to create a Yugo. And here we have white and black. So you get three whites in a row. If you played a white there, it would create a Yugo, which has a little red dot. So you have a white, then a black, then a white, then a black, then a white, then a black, and the fourth one becomes a Yugo. Less than pi, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. And jump in anytime if you want. Less than pi. So if you get four Yugos in a row, you will win the game with an Igo. It's really that simple. So if we take a look over here at players, we can see people who have signed up. They have a username and a password. And when you sign up, you become a member. And if we take a look, these are all of the members, and you can see all of them are red. That means they're not logged in right now, except for one, less than pi. He is logged in. And if I click on less than pi, I can see he has 6 wins, 10 losses, 0 draws. He's been a member since November 30th. And I can challenge less than pi to a game. So I'm going to do that. I'm clicking that button and it says challenge less than pi to a game. And if less than pi wishes to accept that, he can accept that. And he's got 30 seconds to do so. If you don't accept a challenge within 30 seconds, the challenge just disappears. So I don't know if he's going to accept this. Ah, there we go. He did accept it. So as soon as he accepts that challenge, the game begins. Take a look down here. I'm the night fly, and you see a white disc beside me that says I'm white. Because when you have a challenge game, the white and black allocation is random. So less than pi is there, and he's black. So you can see my name is down at the bottom, and I'm white. Well, white goes first, so I guess I'd better go. Where am I going to go? I don't know, but let's try F3. So I've just played, it's black's turn. He's going here. I'm going to go here on E4. Less than pi is taking up this spot over here. And let's move to E5. So the start of the game is kind of a feeling out process because you're trying to, you want to get 4 pieces in a row. You can't win the game with an IGO unless you get 4 Yugos in a row. So you've got to create Yugos. And right now, less than pi could create a Yugo right here in A8. But he hasn't. He's gone over here. And if he created a Yugo, these 3 Migos would disappear. I don't know if he wants to do that, but if he does, I'm going to let him. He might go here on D6 and have 3 in a row, at which point he could play on either end. He's chosen not to do that. Where shall I go? So right now I could create a Yugo here on E2, but if I did that, it would open up E4, and I know that less than pi would really love to have that open because he would create a Yugo there. So what am I going to do? Puppers, how are you? Welcome to the stream. And we've just started. This is game number 1. And I'm not too sure what I'm doing just yet. But again, if less than pi wants to create a Yugo here, he's welcome to it. A Yugo in the corner, we both know. Not really valuable, not really worth it to him. Okay, and I'm going to play here. So now I can create a Yugo here on D3. Is he going to let me? I don't know. Just like I'm saying I'm going to let him have that. Is he going to let me have this? He is going to let me have this. So let me tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to play on D3. It will create a Yugo marked with a red dot, and these 3 Migos will disappear. It doesn't really upset anything else going on. So to me, that's a reasonably good move. It didn't unblock this. It didn't unblock this. So why not? And let's see where less than pi wants to go. By the way, if I go into my stats, less than pi, when did I play less than pi last? I played puppers. I lost to less than pi. So I lost to less than pi. I beat less than pi. I lost, I won. So if you're a member, if you're signed in, you can see your stats. You can see what's happened in the past. Okay, what do I want to do now? He's created a line of 3 here. He could create a Yugo here. Again, on the edge is not great. Is he going to create a Yugo here on D7? If he does, these 3 Migos disappear. Do I want him to have a Yugo there? I don't know that I do. I don't know that I don't. If I let him have it, no, I'm going to go here. This way, pardon me, if less than pi plays here and gets a Yugo, that opens this, and I'll create a Yugo here, which is kind of going to block these 2 Migos. Like I said, the start of the game is a feeling out process. And you've got to really think ahead because the way this game works, especially in the opening, there we go. Okay, so he did play here. He created a Yugo. These 3 Migos disappeared. Now that gives me the ability to play here on e6, create a Yugo of my own. However, these three Migos will disappear, right? And right now, if I don't block, less than pi can play here and create a Yugo. He's going to have two in a row going down. He's going to have this going on up here. If I don't block this on c7, he's going to get four. He's going to have two Yugos in a row. I don't know that I want to do that. What if I create a Yugo here myself? Less than pi has to block here. He knows it. I know it. Everybody knows it. Hey, toy collector, welcome to the stream. Feel free to chat away. We're always happy to have more. Now, less than pi has two places to create a Yugo. He's got one here and he's got one here. And I can block, but in both cases, I'm blocking with Amigo, which is probably going to disappear. So instead of blocking, I'm going to let him have this, and I'm going to let him have this, whichever he wants, and I'm going to place Amigo here on E5, because if this Migo disappears, if he puts one here and gets a Yugo, this will open up, this Migo will disappear, and I can create a Yugo here. Then my Migos disappear, and it's a very black looking board at that point. So I think he's going to play here, and he did. I think he's going to play here, and he did. So let's do some blocking. He's got some lines going in this direction. Oh, do I want to block here? Do I want to block here? Yeah, I'm going to block here. I'm going to see if I can cramp his style a little bit and keep him up at the top of the board while maybe I work a little magic down here. Who knows? But if this Migo on c4 disappears, this black Migo, or this one here on d5, then I'll have an opportunity to play a Yugo. He's gone down here. That's a preemptive move, blocking my ability to do something there later. Not a bad play. Not a bad play at all. I want this spot. I want to have a Yugo smack dab in the middle of the board. But I have to block here first, because if I don't, he's going to play here. This Migo will disappear. He'll have three Yugos in a row, and that's what's called a DPA. So if I don't block this right now, he will win the game with a DPA because that is an unstoppable move. I think he's going to play on E4, but let's see. If I was playing as black, I would block on E4. But seeing as I'm not black, we don't know what will happen. How on earth did I get down to 4 minutes and 31 seconds on my clock? Wow, I'm so bad at time control. Hey, we've got 7 people in the stream. Welcome to those of you who are watching here on YouTube. This is live, and I'm the Nightfly. This is Migoyugo. If you've never seen the game before, that's okay. It's a brand new game. I just invented it. And we've been live here on YouTube for about a week. And we have some regulars. We have Less Than Pi. We have Puppers. We have Jed. We have a few others who are regulars. And we have the toy collector who comes here and he chats away. And I'm going to play here. I have to block this. And not great because I'm blocking with Amigo, which could disappear at any point. Toy collector asks if I'm excited for Christmas. I think I am. Most people probably are, I would imagine. What do I want to do here? What if I create a Yugo here? Now I'm going to put a piece here first. What could he do? He could create a Yugo. He could create a Yugo. I don't mind that because if he creates a Yugo, it opens up C4. He has a Yugo here. It's not really hurting me. So I don't think he's going to do it though. I don't think he's going to create a Yugo at either spot. I'm just going to block. I haven't seen your videos, Toy Collector. No, but I might do so after this game or after this stream. We'll see. Okay, now. Oh, that wasn't good. That wasn't good for me. Now, if he creates, that was silly. Now, if he creates a Yugo here, these three Migos disappear, and I cannot play on D5 because I've just put another Migo here, and that it's an illegal move if this disappears because then I'll have five in a row. No can do. But again, I still don't mind if he plays a Yugo at either end. I'm still blocking him up here. I don't think that Migo's ever going to go anywhere. The only way I could create a line of four is down here in the B column. I don't see it happening. I think I'm going to play down here and work along this section. So he's played up here on the top. Why did he do that? Is he pondering this disappearing? If this disappears, no, I'm not going to do that. So just like I've done, if I play a Yugo here on B4, these three Migos disappear. Yeah, but he can still play there. No, I'm just going to block. I'm going to open up this end and he can play a Yugo here, but I'm still blocking there. He plays there. I'm going to get in the middle of things. So he's got four Yugos, I've got three. Remember, Yugo count only really matters if we get to the end of the game and no one can create an Igo. Yugo count only counts when the game ends with a WeGo. That means the board is completely filled or there are no legal moves left. And a legal move is an illegal move is a move where you're creating a line of more than four. So once again, he's gone here. So he cannot play on B. He can't play on B4. Does that help me at all? I don't know. Maybe. He can't play on B4. If I create a Yugo, that would be a double Yugo. I think I might want to go back up here and block again on F7. He's really opened that up. So he sees that I cannot play on E4. Not bad. But I can play here. I'm blocking these Yugos. I'm not opening anything else up, I don't think. This is where it is at this point in the game. We've we've got, what do we got? 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. There's 20 out of the 64 spaces are taken, and we've got 9 Yugos. Yugos aren't going anywhere. But this is, for me, the point in the game where I start to lose track of things. I literally start to lose track of what's going on. He can't play there, but he can play there. If he does, what's that going to do? What if I go here? If he goes there, if he goes there, I go here. He can't do it. So he can't play on B4 or he'll lose the game. Let's get rid of this Migo on E3. Let's see what happens. I think he might want to play here on C5 and put a Yugo kind of in the middle of things, but it's not a real helpful Yugo for him. I just have to remember, don't let E7 disappear. So we're tied on Yugos. Oh my goodness, I got a minute and 40 seconds. I didn't even look at the clock. Okay, I got to move faster. If I don't move faster, I could be in trouble. I realize I have to block. He did. Take that. So I might lose this game just because I'm going to start playing too fast because I have to play faster. But if I create a Yugo here, it opens up this Migo and this Migo and this Migo. If he creates a Yugo there, it opens up this Migo. I'm going to do that. I'm going to block. I've got to be really careful now. I've got to be really careful. I cannot play here. And he just beat me. Darn it. Oh, what happened? What happened? I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that. That's an inside this 1, 2, 3, 4. That's an inside DPA. What does that mean? If my opponent plays here on E6, this Migo will disappear. He's going to have a line of 3 and an open space at either end, just like so. And guess what? I can't block them both. I don't have a winning move. I'm just going to play here and hope he doesn't know that he's one move away from a win. I'm going to go into chat and I'm going to say, good game. I'm going to go GG. So he can win here on C8. He can win here on G7. If he doesn't, oh, he can also win here on B7. So he's only got 3 places to win. Yes, DPA, less than pi. The first person to use the DPA chat um, script. Well done. So take your win. You're running out of time. Who knows? Maybe his mouse isn't working and he's going to run out of time. Does he want to take the win? I don't know. By the way, at any point in a game, you can go up here where it says resign or draw. I can resign the game, or I can offer the draw, or I can just continue playing. In this case, I wouldn't offer a draw. I don't think he would be too likely to accept it, but I'm not too sure what's going on. I'm not too sure why he is not taking the win. You know why you're not taking the win. What's he going to do? Run out of time? I don't know what's going on. Am I supposed to resign here? Oh, you're stuck in review. Can you not, uh, if you go to review, can you not hit exit review? Do you not see exit review? Because if you're in the review mode, you aren't able to play a move. So he says he's stuck in review mode. And if that's the case, then I am going to resign. I'm going to resign the game. So if he was stuck in review, he wasn't able to move, and that way he wouldn't be able to win the game. So less than pi wins by resignation. Congratulations, less than pi. It says, do you want to play a game? Challenge your opponent to a rematch. Colors will be swapped. Swapped. So anytime you're playing somebody, and at the end of the game you want a rematch, then automatically whatever color you were in that first game, the colors will swap. So let's go see if anyone else is logged in. We have Puppers logged in. I'm going to challenge Puppers to a game. It says waiting for Puppers to accept the challenge. Puppers accepts the challenge. Once again, I'm white. Good for me, I guess. I don't know. I don't know that there's a big advantage for white. There might be, and it's possible, but I really don't know. Um, let's see how we go with this. Puppers and Less Than Pi are both good players. I always have my work cut out for me when I'm playing either of those two guys. And I can tell you what I'm not going to do in this game. What I'm not going to do is let my time run out. Now, I just want to let you know I can play here on G5. It'll open up this space right in the middle, and I know that puppers can't play there, but I'm not going to. I know that puppers cannot play there because he would have five in a row. Now, he can create a Yugo with these and remove one of these Migos, but we'll see if he we'll see if he does that. But I think I'm going to try and take advantage of this. And guys, I want you to know that I attempted to change the timer to make it 5 minutes per game. And I unfortunately wasn't able to get that done in time. So the next stream that we do, we're going to have 5 minute games instead of 10-minute games, because I think a 5 minute game might be better for what we're doing here. But I also want to let you know that I am probably going to set things up for live games where you will have the option of choosing a 5 or a 10-minute game. And so so let me just show you. Upper's just created a line here. He got a Yugo up on E7. These three Migos disappeared. And because this Migo on D6 disappeared, he now can play a line. He now can play a line here. And is there any point in me blocking this? Not really, because I'm just going to open it up at some point. He might as well get his Yugo there. There's really not much I can do. So I know that he can't create a line down here with that. Oh, he blocks there. Okay. Now I'm guessing he has to play on E5 now. Yeah. So where do I want to go from here? That's a great place for a Yugo because it just kind of gets right in the way of everything, right centrally located. Um, I'm going to play here. I could have played a Yugo here. I think I might on the next move and connect these ones. Might as well. So I call any two spaces or any two squares that are within two spaces of each other and on the same line, vertical, horizontal, or diagonal. I call those connected squares. So this Yugo here on E6 is connected to the Yugo on B3 because there's only two squares between them. In other words, they could create a line of four at some point. So that's why I call them connected. Now, once your opponent puts a Yugo in the middle, that kind of throws a wrench in the works, and your connected squares are no longer connected because the Yugo isn't going anywhere. He's blocked you. Okay, so Poppers is playing up here. I'm just going to take this, create a Yugo, may as well, and go here. I'm playing a lot faster than I would normally play, and I probably shouldn't have this fifth piece in a row here because I've got, yeah, I can never create a Yugo there anyway. So we'll let him have that. So I'm up 5 Yugos to 3, but look at black. Black is very concentrated in one area of the board. And I find that that is often an advantage is keeping your pieces in one area. You kind of control that area, especially if you're getting Yugos in that area. Migos, they are ephemeral. They come and they go. Where are you going, puppers? Where are you going? I don't think he wants to create a Yugo here. Okay, so he's created a Yugo here, and that's opened up a part of the board. Um, But this Yugo is not connected to anything. These two Yugos here, these two Yugos here. The only ones I'm really worried about are these, but these two are not connected because my Yugo blocks, and these two are not connected because they're not on the same line. They can never form an IGO. So I'm really not too concerned about that. I'm going to go here. I think he will then probably block. He doesn't need to block. Yeah, I'm doing my own thing over here, and my own thing is not a great thing. I can tell you that because he's blocking there. Like these Yugos here are completely useless on this diagonal. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've got a Yugo, then a space, then two Yugos. I can't do anything with those because if if this opens up, I can never go there. Like this is really bad for me. He can take advantage of that because I can never play on d5. So I think what I'm going to do is go up here and block on d8 and prevent this potential line, but he could create a Yugo here. He does. Now that Migo can never move. I think I'm in trouble here. I may start the day with two big fat losses. Well, I know he can't play there, not for a while anyway. I'm going to block up there. Is he going to create a Yugo here? He might. Hmm. I'm going to block that. Now I've got seven Yugos to his five, but I still like his board better because it looks stronger to me. He's got a place he can build a Yugo and work along this side. I cannot. He's going to have to go there. I can let him have that. I've just got to block a few things, I think. He goes there. What happens if I give him this Yugo? I can't play there. I may as well block for now. Thank goodness I got a lot of time left because this game looks, to me, like it could go to a WeGo. We're filling the board. And if nobody can create a Yugo, pardon me, if no one can create an IGO and this board starts filling up, yeah, I can't play here and I can't play here. I think I'm screwed. I should have moved there. Darn it all. I think he's going to beat me. I think he is going to beat me because I can't play here and I can't play here. I've got one chance to get that out of the way. I've got to remove this Migo. That's the only way I can prevent him from winning this game is by removing this Migo. And I can do it now. Nope. No, he's done it. Yeah. He's gonna create a Yugo here, and I can't block. He's gonna beat me. Darn it. Watch. He's got three Yugos in a row. Of course, I need to block. But watch what happens if I try. Illegal move. You may not create a line of longer than four. Like when I did this, and I did it on like eyes wide open, I did that knowing full well that I was never going to be able to block that or use that. And he has used that to his advantage. Do I have a random place here where I might win a game? I don't. I don't. I'm going to go into chat. He creates, and I'm going to go, ouch. Ouch, I say. And I'm going to go into the chat here. Hello, all. I am playing like a donkey today. All right. If I exit review, it doesn't show my last move. You think Puppers is better than me? So I wasn't paying attention. Um, okay, blocking D5 was tough. Yes. Okay, let's just close this. I'm going to refresh, and I just want to see how many players we have. So less than pi and Puppers are the only two signed in. So I am going to just sit and wait for someone to challenge me. I have time for two more games today. I've lost my first two. So right now, um, DPA, if you want to sign in, you're welcome to do so. And Puppers is here, and Less Than Pi is here, the usual suspects. But if either of you, or if any of the three of you want to challenge me to a game, I will just sit quietly and wait for one of you to challenge me, and then I will take my thrashing. So who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Less Than Pi challenge me. I accept. And I'm playing as white. Wow, three whites in a row. I guess that's the benefit of being the creator of the game. You get to be white all the time. No, that's just random. I have no idea. Let's go here. And right now, I can tell you that I don't think anybody is aware of a winning opening move. What is the best? I don't know. I can tell you that right now, I like um, I like Less Than Pi's position better than mine because he's got a Yugo right in the middle of, of the board and mine's off a little bit. Generally, things in the middle of the board are a little bit better. Yugos are more valuable the more centrally located they are. That's my opinion. He's going to have another one here. So I'm going to go here. I know he has to block me here. And I'm going to block him down here with Amigo. He's got to be careful that D5 doesn't disappear. I'm going to go here. Is it advantageous to build a whole bunch of Yugos right away? Who knows? DPA is creating gingerbread houses. Um, and I think once again, Less Than Pi is ahead of me. But this game is so new. Who knows? One of these days, just like if you go to chess.com or one of those chess places, we might have something called an evaluation bar to see who is who is doing better. But right now, it's all just a guess. If I create a Yugo here, I'm going to create a Yugo here, and I'm going to open this up. Is he going to create a Yugo here and have three in a row? Is he going to create a Yugo here and have two in a row? Sucked in. I am now, I am now going to say DPA because I sucked him in. Take a look. Three in a row, open ender. Less Than Pi didn't see that coming. And I win that one. Thank you for the game. Thank you for the game. GG. And I am going to, you know what? That was a quick one. I'm going to accept the rematch. Okay. And now I'm black because I was white last time. This is a rematch. And now I'm playing as black. I know Less Than Pi's opening strategy. I get the feeling he's going to play there and I'm going to play there. I know generally, well, we all are. I know generally what he tends to do. Okay, fine. Let's go for the symmetrical opening. Is he going to play on C2? No, he's going to play there. I'm going to fill that up. The main thing here is I hope you're having fun. If you are just watching, and I know we have one or two people who aren't playing, who are just here as spectators. Those are potatoes wearing spectacles, spectators. Um, if you are a spectator, I hope you're enjoying yourself as well. That is what this game is all about. I invented this game because I don't know, I had nothing better to do. But that, when I realized what I had, and I tweaked it and I made some adjustments and I realized this is a fun game. This really works well. It really is a good strategy game with just wide open possibilities. I don't know that this is as complex as chess. Probably not. I don't think it's as complex as Go. Probably not. But it's pretty complex. And okay, so this was what I set up. Now, it's not a winning move by any means. We're still early in the game, but I have three Migos in a row. If I play here on E6, I create a Yugo. These three Migos disappear. I realized that from the start, less than pi had this line of three. He wanted me to remove d5. And if I create a Yugo here, d5 will disappear. But these three white pieces, these three Migos, will also disappear because that'll create a double Yugo. And at the same time, it's going to open up this space here on F5, and I will create a second Yugo. So I would rather have two Yugos as a as opposed to a single. So let's do that. So Go has a bigger board, so it's hard to compare. Yeah, this could be on any size board. I really did consider a 10 by 10, but just for the game itself, I think that 8 by 8 really works. So as I said, less than pi has a double Yugo. So let's review, go back, and you can see, so he's got a line of three. He's got, whoops. So he's just moved. I'm going to exit review. Now, where's he going to go? Is he going to go down here? Hmm. Well, I might as well just go here. If I go here on, oh no. Okay, what just happened to me is what happened to less than pi. I went into review. I'm now out of review and I can't. No, what? It's my move. I'm black. Yeah, it's not letting me move. So I'm going to refresh the game and I think the move history will disappear, but it should, yeah, it reconnected to the game, but I lost the move history. Um, okay. So the reason you don't see all the moves that we had is because there was a bit of a glitch. So that goes into, so if you want, I'm just going to click here and go into the Discord server. If you want, we have a Discord. There's lots of information there. You can show your games. You can chat with others. You can you can put your game results. You can look at the technical updates of the most recent thing I did. In this case, it was the chat feature. But in bug reports, um, if you find a bug, you can put it here in bug reports. I'll spot that, and then I will fix the bug. And right now, I think that's a bug. The fact that you go into review and it lets you out, but then it doesn't let you play. So anyway, something to be aware of. I'm going to have to fix that. So he does have a double here, but it's in a good location, centrally located. In other words, me, I can't build here and work through that Yugo. I would let him have that. I'm going to build down here, but you get these juicy squares like E4, where I know that less than pi would love to create a Yugo here on E4 because he would have two centrally located Yugos that are connected. I mean, really, that would be a primo spot for less than pi. I'm going to give him another one here. I don't know why I did that. Probably not a great move because then he'll have two there. I'm going to go here. At some point, I'm probably going to have to remove E4 or I'm going to go nowhere. The question is, where do I want my Yugo when I do? And this Yugo here is useless because if I go here, he's just going to put a Yugo there and block these. If I go here, again, he's going to put a Yugo on E4 and he's going to block these. Not the greatest move ever. Not great. EPA, if you'd like to play a game after this one, just jump right in. Same thing, puppers, if you want to play a game after this one. I blocked here, but he can still play up here and have a Yugo. I'm not playing well. I am not playing well in this game, I can tell you that. But he doesn't want these to disappear, but they're not really doing anything for him anyway. So if I let him have this, I am really making a mess of this game. If I let him have this, I cannot, if I block this, I can't go here. If I let it go, I kind of have to. Yeah, yeah, not good. Let's just say things are not going well for me. He knows I can't play there. So why don't I just do something else then? He's going to create a Yugo. The question is, what does it do for me? Can I find a benefit from my opponent creating a Yugo? If he creates a Yugo here, um, I don't think I don't think there's any value in that one either. Because I mean, at best, I can create another Yugo down here. Like he's only got two Yugos. I mean, this is a double, but he's only got two Yugos on the board. But this is really scary for me. Like, seriously, this is not a good setup for me at all. If I go here, that opens that up. And I just gave away all my, like playing that Yugo that I played was not great. Not a lot of value there. Don't forget, we have a live stream every weekday at 6 p.m. and every weekend at 3 p.m. You can show up and play or not play. You can just be a spectator if you want. More fun if you play. From now on, we will have 5 minute games as opposed to 10-minute games. I think they will be more enjoyable just because we'll get more games in and there will be a little bit more activity, more frantic action. I get a feeling he may play down here. In that case, I'd play up there. Oh, this just doesn't look good for me. Do I block? Yeah, I block. Now, by blocking that, I open this, I understand. But then I can go here and I can block this. Does he want this Yugo? Okay, well, I'll block that. So it's 6 Yugos to 5. I'm not feeling quite as bad about it as I did before. I've blocked this diagonal. I've blocked this diagonal to some degree. And at the same time, however, he's blocking me. Hmm. It's so interesting. Just in the few games that we've played, that I've played against anybody, every game is so different. There are no preset opening moves like in chess. Um, there's there's no opening moves. Ah, why on earth did I not see that? He's calling DPA. Why on earth did I not see that? What did I have? What did he have? Wow, DPA is unbeatable, kids. Unstoppable. Well done, sir. Well done. I'm going to come down to this chat and say, good game, less than, I can't spell pi. Okay, let's reset that board. By the way, if we go into stats, I just lost to less than pi. You can see it was a defeat, less than pi. I played as black. And you can go in, even though I messed it up when we were playing, all the moves are recorded here. You can copy this, you can paste it, and you can see what happened at any time. You can go back. So less than pi, I don't know. It looks like you're the only one still logged in. Puppers has left the building. You didn't see it either. I don't know what I was looking at. Okay. It's been an hour. If you want to play one more game, then challenge me to a game. If not, anyone can challenge me. We've got DPA, we've got puppers, and after this, I'm going to go and look at the videos of the toy collector of Seville. But it's up to you. It is up to you, less than pi. And I'm going to put on my thinking cap and see if I can do it. You know what? I'm playing on the wrong board. That's why I like the marble board. That's the one I want to play. Oh, you know what? No, I like the Galaxy Space Board. That's my winning board right there. You can see the stars flickering in the background. Okay, here we go. Last game of the stream. I'm playing as white. I'm going to play less than pi's opening move. And I really like this board, this Galaxy Space board. Very much appeals to me. I'm going to go up here. So if you go into quicksand in chat, you can put in an emoji. You can type in some words. You can say things like, what am I going to say? I'm just going to put in an emoji. I'm a cool, relaxed dude here with my sunglasses. If he creates a you go here, I create a you go there. I think I'm going to let him have it. I think I'm going to let him have it. By the way, less than pi, let me know if you're playing on a phone or if you're not, check your phone later. I believe that I resolved the issue with things kind of getting in the way of other things on the layout for the phone. It was pretty messy, and I think I resolved that issue. So this is the last game of the stream. Who is going to win? You can come to migoyugo.com anytime. It's available all day, all night, and it's free to play. You don't even have to sign up. You don't have to become a member. Nothing like that. All you need to do is just play. You can play against a live opponent. You can play against one of the AI computerized opponents. You can even play if you're a guest. If you're not signed in, you can even play against another guest. You just choose quick match or you can create a room, but then you've got to wait for someone else to show up. And sometimes it might be a while before someone does. So, what if I create that? I know he's just dying for D5 to open up. I have an idea. I have an idea. I'm going to let him have that. I'm going to take that and I'm going to build off of these. These are not connected. These two Yugos are connected. These two Yugos are not connected. Now, if he lets me create a Yugo here, I'll have two Yugos that aren't connected. But I could go here and he has to play on D7 or that would be a D. Oh, come on. DPA. Oh, we both been falling for DPAs all day. I beat him to it. I beat him to it. GG. Good game. Ha. All right. Well, I have things to do because I have to go fix a bug or two in the game. But I want to thank everyone for playing. I want to thank everyone who didn't play but showed up. I want to thank you. I'm going to be creating a Twitch channel, stream, Twitch thing. I don't know. And I'm going to be playing there. See if we can see if we the new board has powers. Yes, it does. See if we can find some more players on Twitch. But if you know someone else who might like the game, please share it with them, and we'll see if we can get some more players to come out. So thank you to Puppers for playing and crushing me, and for Less Than Pi for playing and crushing me, and for everyone else, DPA and Toy Collector Seville for coming out and watching. I will be here tomorrow, Monday, at 6 p.m. and 6 p.m. every day of the week, except for maybe Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and who knows. But we'll see. Anyway, thank you very much for everyone's support. And it means a lot to me for you guys taking the time just to come out and have some fun. So I wish you all a wonderful